While last year's LG G7 represented a big design shift for the series, the phone itself left a bit to be desired. This year's phone looks nearly identical from a glance, but a closer inspection reveals a significant number of enhancements and changes on LG's part, all for the better. In this review, we'll be focusing on the good side of the G8 and everything LG did right in order to make this a must-have smartphone. Want to see what they messed up instead? Head on over to our bad review for that. The LG G8 ThinQ is thicker and heavier than last year's G7 ThinQ, but that's not a bad thing by any means. Last year, we saw a thickness increase due to the design of the boombox speaker, as LG called it, and this year the second thickness increase is directly related to the battery size increase. At 3500 mAh, this battery is exactly 500 mAh larger than the one on the G7, and you'll feel it in everyday use. Battery life is not quite class-leading, but it's rarer than ever to have to top up the battery, even after a heavy day of use. Standby time in particular is rather fantastic. On light usage days, which means less than 2 hours of screen on time, it typically took more than half a day to get under the 80% battery remaining mark, and this one can sit on standby for quite a few days if you don't do a whole lot with the phone. The average day that we had the phone ended with around 40% battery left with regular use, which is about 3 to 4 hours of screen on time. LG offers a quick charge 3.0 brick out of the box and supports 10-watt fast wireless charging, as well as quick charge 4.0 if you buy an additional charging accessory. LG made a smart decision when it made the device a little thicker, not just because of the battery size increase, but because it also used the opportunity to finally remove that pesky camera hump. All that's left is a smooth, clean design that feels amazing to hold, particularly given that the polished metal sides feel identical to the fingerprint-resistant coating on the front and back. And yes, of course, it's still IP68 water and dust resistant. Aligning perfectly with this ultra-high quality feel are the vibration motors, which have been further tweaked since the V40. LG already had the best vibration motors in the business, and somehow the ones in the G8 ThinQ feel better than ever, owing in part to the enhanced haptic feedback within Android 9 Pie. The last touch on the hardware is undoubtedly the warranty itself. It's little secret that LG has had problems with hardware reliability in the past, and to assuage the fears of buyers, includes a full 2-year warranty with every G8 sold. Consumer trust in a brand is a very important thing, and we applaud LG for taking the extra step in this area. Face unlock isn't a new concept by any means, having been in the OS since Ice Cream Sandwich at the end of 2011, but this biometric unlocking method has been terribly insecure nearly the entire time, no matter what manufacturer attempts to implement it. LG's use of a TOF camera on front means a proper 3D mapped version of your face is used for authentication rather than a simple 2D image from a camera, making it way harder to spoof. The TOF camera is also able to recognize veins and hands, adding in a truly unique way to unlock your phone. I found that I used this feature most when the phone fell asleep while I was cooking and I needed to get the next step in the recipe. Outside of this though, the scenarios are pretty limited. Last year's G7 used a different type of LCD panel to get brighter than ever, but this year's OLED display looks more high quality than ever before and delivers a picture experience like no G-series phone has ever had. LG has implemented a Google Home Hub-esque feature that changes the display's color balance to match ambient lighting, making your display warmer or cooler to match the environment you're in. This gives an impressive realistic quality to the display that adapts to your surroundings and genuinely enhances the image quality in a way that other displays don't. In addition to just looking better, this new Crystal OLED, as LG calls it, also produces sound right from the panel itself. That means that sound is aimed right at the place that's already looking at the display, your face. This marks the first time LG has ever had front-facing speakers on an LG-branded flagship device, and it is most welcome. It's not just about providing sound aimed at your face, though, it's also about providing fuller sound by using the boombox speaker in conjunction with sound on display. Like LG's 2018 flagships, sound resonates out of the back of the device, something that works particularly well when the phone is placed on a hard surface. Having sound come from nearly every angle you hold the phone is simply fantastic and means you're going to get a good experience no matter how you hold it or where you place it. The DTS-X virtual surround sound only enhances this and provides a cornucopia of sound from the device alone. Couple this with the absolute best DACs on the market and you'll find that this is the best audio experience on any device when taking the full package into account. It's amazing just how much better LG's audio output through that 3.5mm jack is than everyone else's on the market, and the nuances you'll hear in your music will likely astound even folks who don't normally prioritize audio output quality. The G8 also includes plenty of other nuanced audio features too, like a far-field microphone that can hear better in noisy environments, and up to 16 feet or about 5 meters away, making it ideal for using Google Assistant anywhere. It's also got excellent noise cancellation for phone calls and recording video, including the awesome wind filter when recording video. While LG has been one of the slowest manufacturers to get their Android 9 Pie update out to market, the G8 thankfully launches with this update. LG has created an amalgam of LG and Google stylings, changes that are mostly for the better. In addition to just updating the UI itself, LG still provides tons of free themes in addition to their paid ones, offering this option to folks looking to theme their phone without laying down additional cash, while Samsung, for instance, has moved to a paid-only model of theming. In fact, LG's new seamless wallpapers are the epitome of anti-Samsung in that they now provide even better functionality than we saw from Samsung's now-defunct Infinity wallpapers. These provide a 3-tier wallpaper that themes the always-on display, the lock screen, and then transitions seamlessly onto the home screen with a snazzy animation. It's just a shame that there are only 3 of them right now. Out-of-the-box navigation is almost identical to Android 8 Oreo's design, including the software navigation bar at the bottom with 3-button controls. Overview has received a slight visual change to fit in with Android 9 Pie's rounded corners everywhere, which also mimic the physically round corners on the phone as well. This style of navigation remains the fastest way to navigate between apps on the phone and is thankfully the default choice on the device. Users who want to try out the alternative style of navigation can opt for that, quote, gesture navigation within settings. This option changes not only the buttons themselves to that pill design, but also changes how overview and multi-app navigation work as well. While I personally abhor this particular style of UI navigation, particularly for its detrimental effects on juggling multiple apps at a time, LG's actual offering of choice is what shines here. Not only this, but LG actually has an app drawer available on all screens, something that a lot of manufacturers just have not implemented in their Pie updates. And this is one of the only positive points I could point out about Android's new style navigation options. You'll find that the same double swiping up or single tall swipe from the navigation pill pulls up the app drawer on any screen, giving easy, quick access to any app no matter where you're at on the phone. LG's fixes for Google's poor design decisions don't end there either. LG added a dedicated split-screen button on supported app tiles for quick one-button multi-window, and you'll find that the top portion of each app sports the proper app color, making it easier to quickly identify each app when scrolling through the carousel of apps in Overview, particularly when using Pie-style navigation. Plenty of other more nuanced solutions that Android is missing include the ability to quickly draw on a screenshot or other image, as well as that floating bar that slides out, which has been around since the V30, but continues to be an excellent way to launch your 5 favorite apps, make a quick call to 5 favorite contacts, or even capture what's on the screen in many different ways. The G8 continues the trend of LG's steady camera software improvement, and what might be the single biggest positive change is the inclusion of a record and shutter button in every single mode, not just auto. You'll never have to switch modes just to record a video or take a photo, as every main mode on the phone provides the option to do either of these tasks with a single button press. LG has also added a way for users to customize which modes they want within a single button press, making that row of modes at the bottom of the screen fully customizable. They also provide a superior one-handed experience by providing a More button in the mode list above the shutter button, which displays a grid of all available modes on a single screen. This single pane of glass design makes it easier to quickly find the right mode and switch without having to scroll through all of them every single time. Manual photo and video modes continue to be the absolute best in the industry, with more control over the image than any other OEM provides. New to the table is 240 frames a second manual recording at 1080p quality, which further improves the already amazing manual mode LG offers. Then, of course, there's the front-facing camera experience, which has not only received an upgraded sensor, but now takes more accurate, crisp portrait mode shots thanks to that TOF camera. Be sure to check out our camera review for the full good and bad details on G8's camera. There's no doubt that LG has doubled down on its focus towards folks who use their device to create media experiences, as well as those who enjoy consuming media and content at the utmost quality. Bottom line, this is the best G series phone we've ever seen from LG, and one that features a significant amount of innovation from the company, as well as a continued dedication to delivering quality without compromise in media playback. Want to find out what LG didn't do so well? Don't forget to check out our bad review to see the other side of the coin, and make sure to subscribe to us for regularly updated content and in-depth camera reviews. Don't forget to check us out on your favorite social media network and at androidheadlines.com for 24/7 worldwide tech news coverage. Thanks for watching, and until next time.